Hey guys, real quick before we get into the episode, don't forget to
like us on Facebook at facebook.com/HellaAverageGaming. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/HellaAverageGaming, average spelled AVG. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Follow us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/HellaAverageGaming. Listen to us on Stitcher, check us out on iTunes, and make sure to listen to us on Google Play.
And with all that said and done, let's get to it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to episode 99 of the Hella Average Games Cast. If you listened to last week, you know it's just me and Jeremy. Carmin is out on a cruise and booze somewhere in the middle of the ocean, but we're going to take good care of you, aren't we, Jeremy?
Shazam and sparkles, we will.
So we got to clue him in before we started recording. We started talking about Shazam and Captain Marvel, and we decided Shazam's actually a cool fucking name for a character, especially for a kid character. Their character is actually a kid. And then we decided, or if you're Richard Simmons of the superhero world, and Jeremy came up with the Shazam and Sparkles.
I'm not kidding, dude. I would totally watch a superhero movie with Richard Simmons as like the superhero. And like his power is just he gets all the villains to just dancercise with him, just come on ladies, let's do it.
And it's like his costume is like he puts a headband on and he gets automatically into his jazz outfit.
His costume is just like the short shorts and the tank top, and it's just like, let's just jazz our thighs, get those knees up, let's go.
You know how like Flash, his costume comes out of his ring?
Yeah.
His would come out of his headband. It would just jump in, hot top socks and everything.
Oh no, I just imagine he just like rips his clothes off and they're already underneath.
Oh, you just want him to have them on at all times.
Yeah, he just rips off, he just puts the headband on, it's just like, yes.
I'm here. Whatever happened to Richard Simmons? He went away.
He's still alive as far as I know.
He is, yeah.
Maybe he might still make those exercise tapes for old people. I don't know.
He would be fun to watch stream video games.
Actually, that would be kind of fun.
I think he's got the personality that you could actually watch him play Fortnite or something. I don't know.
I would imagine it would be like when Conan O'Brien plays. He'd be terrible, but he'd be hilarious.
I thought Conan actually liked gaming and was good at it.
No, he does. He's just bad at it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he would be terrible at it, but he'd be fun to watch.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought Conan was actually good at gaming, but I could see him just liking it.
No, I mean, he might not be like awful, but he's not. You can tell he's not a gamer. But you don't see him actually be good. You watch him because he's fucking Conan.
Yeah, fucking Conan O'Brien playing video games is pretty awesome.
Exactly.
I was actually watching, I saw an article talking about celebrities who play games. And there's like a picture of Snoop Dogg that was fighting somebody in like Mortal Kombat on a arcade stick. And I was like, Snoop goes in hard. Like he's all about it. Yeah, like he games. He actually streams and stuff.
I could totally see him. I mean, he's just, like, let's face it, if he's not rapping, he's just smoking weed and playing games, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and like the shit he does is hilarious. Like the TV shows he does now are hilarious. Like the one with him and Martha Stewart is great. And like, I remember when Battlefield 5 came out, he was in this tournament where it was like celebrities versus professionals. It was awesome.
I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, like stuff like that's so cool to me. Like just see the people who you wouldn't think are gamers like be gamers.
Oh, definitely.
I think Zac Efron was on the list. Like he's a hardcore gamer.
Really? I know Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is too.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's a big nerd.
I didn't know that.
He's a huge video game nerd, and he also loves D&D.
Vin Diesel likes to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Vin D plays D&D.
Wow.
No kidding. Dude, look it up. It's pretty awesome. I was rad when I heard that.
That's cool. I wonder what kind of... He's got to play like a barbarian or something.
Well, it's because, they made that video game based on Pitch Black, and he was in it. And he had a big hand in that.
Well, I knew he liked sci-fi. Like, I knew he was really down with, like, Riddick and stuff like that.
Oh,
I just didn't realize it carried over into gaming.
Dude, he's a huge nerd. Like if he didn't have the muscles and the money and the looks, he would just be like, that's that fucking geeky kid with the glasses and the backpack and the huge D&D book hanging out with us at lunch.
I bet they didn't take his fucking lunch money when he was a kid.
Probably not.
I'm Vin fucking Diesel. I'm sure he wasn't Vin Diesel when he was 6, though.
No, he was whatever his real name is.
Yeah. Unless he did start his persona that early, which in turn would be super badass.
I would love it if he was actually born and his parents called him Vin Diesel. Their last name isn't even Diesel. It's like, like Rosenstein or something.
Oh, he's Jewish now?
I don't know. Just I'm trying to think like the least manliest name, like his dad's like Irving Rosenstein. Mom's like, Patricius Rosenstein. It's like, what's your son's name? Vin Diesel.
His real name is Mark Sinclair.
That's actually pretty cool, too.
Yeah, that sounds like pretty cool. That sounds like a superstar name, right?
That does.
Like
I
he
like
could be
Sinclair.
an actor. Yeah.
Sinclair sounds cool.
Sounds
But
like he's got
let's
some gravitas, some balls about you.
But let's face it, if you're an action star like him, Vin Diesel's just cooler.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, Chuck Norris is a good one.
I think that's his real name, though.
That is his real name, which is even more badass.
Yes. He was born with the beard.
He was. Fist behind the beard and everything.
That's right.
Good introduction. I'm so excited. I've been nerding out all day. It's time for the Avengers. I'm going to see it tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Avengers a little bit later, too. So it's a good time. Game of Thrones, a lot of people are about to die this weekend. Boy.
My boss sent me a tweet. It was this year, Game of Thrones ends, Avengers or Marvel ends their their biggest phase, and Star Wars the whatever concludes. So
yep.
So all nerd related stuff dies.
It's a good year for nerds, but also a bad year for nerds.
But we all know Star Wars ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah, all of them are going to be back.
Marvel ain't going nowhere, and they're going to do a bajillion spinoffs of Game of Thrones. So
yes, they are. They're already doing a prequel, which I'm down with the universe. Let's get it.
I could be down for that.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 years or something before this one, or before the events of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I guess I could get down with that. I'm definitely on board for the rest of Game of Thrones. I just want to see how it ends.
Me too. I've wasted 10 years of my life on this show, or however long it's been.
Hey, I wasted more on One Piece, so.
You're right. You're right.
I just hope I'm alive when that ends.
I think actually Oda is gearing up the speed. I think it's going to come sooner than later.
I think so, too. I think probably within the next, 5 years?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Easily. But let's rock. Let's get into some video games. I know we're hitting all over the nerd map right now, but I want to hear what you've been playing, Jeremy. I've got an idea, but I want to see how close I was. So let them know how your week in gaming has been going.
Okay, well, I played more SNES games, no PlayStation, but I pretty much exclusively just played Breath of Fire 2 all week.
Very cool, very cool.
Yep. I did play a little bit of Cuphead on the Switch.
Nice. I was wondering how far did you get on there?
Yeah, I'm still on the second island. I think the only thing I accomplished was I beat that bird boss.
Oh, the plane stage?
Yeah. He kicked the shit out of me probably 10 times in a row, and I stopped, and I came back, I think, a day or two later, and I beat him the first try with taking one hit. I had the God run.
Sometimes that's what it takes, just stepping away from it.
Yeah, and I was feeling cocky, and I think I took on, I went back to the roller coaster guy, and I just can't beat him right now. I can get all the way to his final form, but that final form just goes on forever, where he's like the carousel. And all the penguins are throwing baseballs at you.
That's the worst one, the baseballs, yep.
Yeah. I can get to that no problem. I can get to it with full health, but he just keeps hitting me. It just sucks.
I've always found that part to be hard, too. Just that last part where they're throwing the baseballs and you got to stay on the carousel.
Yeah, I keep using roundabout and homing.
I like both of those.
I usually do rounding and roundabout and lobber, but I find that for that one it's easier to have homing because he just keeps moving around so much. It's just easier to hold down fire and then just dodge. But when he's in that final form, there's so much crap on screen, it's actually easier just to use roundabout. And just because I'm basically running away from him the whole time, just have it keep coming back and hitting him.
Yeah, and it does extra damage when it hits from behind.
Exactly.
Perfect.
It's just God, he's going on forever.
You got this, Jeremy. I have faith in you.
Oh, I'm not quitting. I'm going to do it. But Carmen's going to beat it before me. Trust me.
You could do it. You could get on there tonight. What time do you work tomorrow?
Oh, I'm off tomorrow.
There you go. As soon as we get off here, you start playing Cuphead. You know, I know that this is past your bedtime already, but you just plan to stay up late and you could beat it. No problem.
Dude, I'll be playing for a week straight. Just nonstop. You'll come, how far did you make? Well, I'm partway through the second island. I beat 2 more bosses.
How long did you play for? 24 hours straight. Jesus.
Yes. How much progress did you make? I actually think if I went back a space. I think they sent me back to the first island. It is one of those games where you gotta get in that God run. I mean, there's so many times like when I'm doing a boss and I take like a hit off the bat, I'm like, nope, fuck that, restart. Or I take too many hits, I'm like, nope, restart. That's like I'm not gonna even mess with it. Like you get that feeling when you know you got a good run. And others,
I agree.
Like,
you feel when it feels good, you got it. You know what's happening.
Yeah, you go for it. Like, and then when others are like, nah, not this one, not feeling it.
And I know that like when we do select start. we'll just we'll go continue playing when we have the bad runs. But when I'm playing by myself, I just let myself die and just start over.
That's what got us so frustrated. Just having to just deal with it and eat it.
Just eat it.
Ugh.
All right, so what else you got? The old retro games.
Just playing Breath of Fire 2 all week. Grinding, leveling up, making some progress in it.
Now, how many times have you played it?
I've actually only beaten it once.
Okay.
I played it. It's probably my third time.
Okay.
Yeah, because I owned it on the Game Boy Advance and I beat it there, and then I also played a version on. I played a ROM on my phone that had the. Remember I told you how terrible the dialogue was, the translation.
Yep.
I got a ROM on my phone that fixed it and made it good. And I was playing on that, and then when I got it on my SNES Classic, I started playing through that again. So, but I'm getting pretty far in it. I'm maybe about halfway through.
Very cool.
It's Breath of Fire games are notoriously grindy. I've been playing for about 20 hours. My party's average level is around 26.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What level do you usually beat the game at? Or what are you around 50?
Well, you can go as high as 99. So.
Right. Okay.
But I remember other Breath of Fire games I beat, I'd say on average around 45 to 50.
That seems about right for those old school grindy RPGs. 50 was always a good number.
Yeah, it starts taking a lot of grinding to start leveling up after that point. So, but
perfect.
I really love the game. Really like it a lot.
You've been on this big old school kick lately.
I just have no desire to go back to my PlayStation right now. Not at least until I get Sekiro or something. So it might be a while. But I just really don't have any desire to go back. I even had my my PS4 controller on the couch, and I realized it'd been sitting there for 2 weeks. So I was like, might as well charge it up and throw it back on the charger.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Sekiro is going to be the next game that really gets you drawn in.
Yeah, definitely. I thought Mortal Kombat might have been it, but we'll talk about that later.
We will talk about that later.
Yeah.
I didn't play a whole lot either, honestly. I played Division, and that was mostly it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember if I even cut the Switch on. I think I might have cut the Switch on for maybe 3 games of Smash, and that was all. I haven't played with Joker. I didn't get the DLC pack.
I was going to ask if you'd gotten them yet. So.
I want to. So I wish that they would give me a little bit of a roadmap with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
But...
So, You're basically afraid to buy a la carte in case it turns out the rest of them are really good.
Yeah, they're doing the stuff with Microsoft. They could throw Master Chief in there. There's no telling what they could do. Waluigi, all kinds of stuff.
I'm actually fine doing a la carte because I have a feeling I'm not going to like all the characters they release. Because I guarantee it's going to be some Pokemon, some more Fire. They're going to do a bunch of the same shit. Pokemon, Fire Emblem. The Piranha Plant was good. Joker was great. But I think the next one's probably gonna be a miss. It might be an Animal Crossing character, and I don't want to. It's fine when it's already in game and someone I unlock, but when it's something I have to pay for, I don't want other Pokemon. So I just don't care. I'm buying them because I like the character now. I don't care if they're good or not.
Yeah, I'm so on the fence. I've never played Persona. I actually want to get into Persona eventually.
So good,
but
so good.
I don't know much about Joker, but he seems like a cool character. It's
pretty sweet. I like him a lot. He's one of those in game. He doesn't really have a personality. He's supposed to be the silent protagonist that you are him. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Yeah.
So you are Joker essentially, and how you can choose how he treats people, how he does with his days, and all that stuff. He's got a cool looking swagger, which I like.
I like his summon, or I guess it's his persona.
Oh, Arsene.
Yeah, he looks pretty cool.
Yeah, he's based off of Lupin the Third.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all of the personas for your party members are based off real life bandits, which is really cool. Yeah, Morgana, one of your party members, his persona is Zorro. You know, the swashbuckling Zorro.
The old school with the black cape Zorro.
Yep, and then another one, his is Goemon, the legendary Japanese Robin Hood.
Yeah, I know Goemon.
Yeah, so forth and other stuff like that. It's really cool.
Is that how it is in every persona? They're the same or they change?
No. They're different personas. I remember Persona 4, which I played a lot of. They weren't based on anything in particular. They were just cool looking summons.
Nice.
So I thought this was really cool since everyone's a thief. all of their characters are based off of legendary thieves.
That's actually a really cool like parallel.
And each character is a different type of thief. So like the main character, he's like the suave, like ladies' man thief, and then you have another character who's like a cat, like a sexy cat burglar. You got another guy who's like a street punk. You got another guy who's like a ninja, and then someone who's like a highway bandit and so forth. It's really cool.
Nice, very cool.
Yeah.
I've never knocked Persona. I didn't even learn about them until recently. I would say within the last year or two. But
I will say, since we won't talk about it in the news, I can go ahead and spoil it here. They did recently announce that they're releasing Persona 5 Royal, which will probably come out next year in the US, and it's going to be Persona 5 with a whole bunch of extra content, including a new character, new area you can go to, new dungeons, new story stuff. It's coming out next year, so if you ever plan to get into it, I would wait till next year and pick that one up.
Perfect. I'll wait till everything comes out.
Yeah, it's basically their complete edition.
Nice.
Only thing is, I don't know if they're going to release it as just DLC. Because if they release it as just DLC for $20, I want to get it and add it to what I got. But if not, I might have to rebuy it just to play this extra content.
I'm sure they're going to. If you had the game already, you'll have access to it.
I don't know. I hope so. A lot of people worry that they're not. So
I've been thinking, I mean, obviously, sometimes I get the itch for an RPG. Mm-hmm. I mean, the games I play sometimes scratch that itch, like Division, loosely an RPG.
Yeah.
But I think I really am starting to get an itch for a real, honest-to-goodness RPG. Like, I mean, I've skipped over Final Fantasy 15. I've skipped over the Persona 5. I've skipped over... Yakuza is not really an RPG, is it?
It's not really... No, but it's still a great game.
Yeah, I skipped over Dragon Quest. So, I mean, I'm thinking I need a little RPG in my life.
I would definitely recommend Persona 5 out of those three.
Perfect.
I really do. If you want a really old school one, go for Dragon Quest. But I think Persona 5 is just the overall best game there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. But yeah, all I've done is play Division really and some Smash. And that's really been it because, we recorded on Sunday. No, when did we record? It's been about a week.
It's been a week.
Yeah, it's been about a week.
Last Thursday.
Been busy. Haven't, I was the night before last, I got home from work at, let's say, 6:45, ate dinner. I fell asleep by 8:15 for the night. So
nice.
I was just tired as fuck. Just
you're slowly turning into me.
Some days I'm telling you, and it's usually right in the middle of the week, I end up crashing and sleeping for 10, 11 hours.
Oh, I hate doing that because I wake up and I feel like shit.
Yeah, I do too. But I mean, once I get going, I'm good.
Yeah.
But man, sometimes my body's just like, you going to fuck to sleep, dude. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've been gaming. I'm going to get on some Division probably after this tonight. So I'm pretty high. I've got like a gear score of 415. I think the highest is 515, something like that. So getting up pretty fast. The end game stuff, I'm in the repetitive points now. Do this mission all the time or do the dailies, that kind of thing.
I saw a really good comic Penny Arcade did about Division 2 where I guess one of their PCs was down so they couldn't play it. And he was having withdrawals, and he was like, I know how to fix this, come with me. And they go to Old Navy and just start putting jackets and beanies and shit on them. It's like, how do you feel? Much better.
I'll tell you, this one is harder to get apparel. Like, I want to deck my character out. I'm just not getting the stuff I want. I'm going to have to end up buying it if I want it. It's not egregious. You can unlock everything. I'm just getting bad drops in the crates. I'm getting, like, a lot of emotes.
I think it would be fucking hilarious if, like, the best armor in the game is, like, it's got, like, the jacket has, like, the mittens sewn onto it, like the Slow Kids. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The mittens sewn to the sleeves. It's got the little puffball hat with the little ear flaps.
You look like the kid from the Christmas store, or the Christmas Carol. You can't put his arms
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be awesome. You have to, like, turn to the side to shoot your guns.
Oh, yes. That'd be so good. But the problem is, if you get knocked down, you can't get back up.
Yeah, you're like a turtle. You're fucked.
Exactly. I can't get up.
Well, let's keep rocking, Jeremy. Let's get into some
news.
All right. Oh, if you listen to last week's episode, you'll realize that I was missing some music, and that's because it got deleted. So, yeah, I've got to redo the music. So you'll have all your news and cues back this week. But I got on to do the editing. This was late. I started before Game of Thrones on Sunday. Stopped about halfway through, watched Game of Thrones, came back on. So I got done editing about 11 o'clock Sunday. Then when I went to put everything together, I checked I was like, where the fuck is all the music? And it was just, I'd gone.
I was telling Carmin, remember that all the art disappeared too? Everything just disappeared.
Our online drive, it just fucked up for some reason.
Huh.
So I've got a lot of it. I can download an old episode and get all the music and stuff back. So it shouldn't be that big of an issue.
Okay.
But let's hit it off. We're going to start with a couple of new games we want to talk about, and then we're going to get into basically a big fucking Nintendo corner. So
they did a lot.
Yeah, they did a lot. Nintendo ruled the news this week. So let's start off with Days Gone, which just dropped. I guess the embargo went up today, which was Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the embargo went up, and Days Gone is getting the most mediocre reviews of a game probably this year and recently, I would say. Nope.
It's for a AAA first party title, it's not good in terms of reviews.
Yeah, like nobody says the game is bad, so that's a plus, but almost universally it is agreed that this game is very bland. The world is just there. The stories are a little lacking and repetitive. It's just getting a lot of okay reviews. Yeah,
I've heard that like I said, the world, it's big, but there's really nothing to do. The side missions are just kind of dull. They said the story was just very just whatever. They did say the gameplay was good. There were some tense moments, although they did say there were some issues with the camera. But yeah, overall, it's just a big miss. Like, especially considering this game was delayed. I don't know how long, like a couple months, but the fact that it was delayed, it tells me that they delayed it because they probably had some really big bugs and like performance issues that they had to iron out. But I did hear that even like the frame rate drops a good bit. So
one article I saw, they said there were still some pretty bad bugs with it.
So maybe they didn't get it then.
And I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't heard about the frame rate, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was dropping because they definitely were very heavy with. They said they were going to try to max out the hardware. They put a lot of models on screen at one time. These zombie hordes apparently can get super huge, and that's really taxing on your machine. It really is.
Oh yeah, but
so it sucks because. I don't think this is surprisingly a game that I didn't jump like hardcore on the hype train for. I was excited for it, especially when I first saw it. I was like, this is fucking awesome. But as it went on, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like it. And then I was like, man, this is going to be a solid game. So I was like teetering on one side or the other. And then it comes out and it's not bad, but it's definitely not good.
I was never into it just mostly because it was, when I heard open world zombie game, I was just like, another one? I mean, it's just zombies are like the most overused enemy type out there at this point. Open world, the most overused game type out there. I mean, it could have been good, but it just didn't. I was just looking at it and I was just like, yep, that's an open world zombie game. That's what it is.
And I'm the kind of guy who I think that zombies are used a lot, but I still love zombies. So when
you're the big zombie fan.
Yeah, when I hear open world zombie games, I'm like, okay, all right.
It's actually gotten to the point now where it kind of turns me off. Like the only, like Resident Evil, I'm all for it because they basically invented the zombie game, in my opinion. And the Dead Rising series is still pretty fun too, but that's because it's just over the top, goofy bullshit, which I love. But like, and of course, The Last of Us 2, because they redefine zombies, did in a very good way. But gosh, just everything else it just comes off as mediocre,
Yeah, I agree, and it sucks because the last good zombie game that I can think of. I mean, obviously you got The Last of Us, but I'm thinking of stuff like Dead Rising and I don't know. I enjoyed Dying Light. A lot of people fell flat on, but I thought it was a very good zombie game.
It's at this point you really have to have a good. I hate to use the word gimmick, but kind of something that sets it apart, something that makes it interesting. And that's what I'm hearing with Days Gone. It really doesn't have anything. It's just guns and shoot zombies, and that's it.
But I mean, if you're having fun with it, fucking enjoy it. I think it meets the AAA qualifications as far as the graphics and the gameplay.
I even heard that graphic-wise, it didn't. At least I was reading the Game Informer article, and they said even graphic-wise, it doesn't look like a AAA game.
Really? I didn't hear anything about the graphics.
But dude, no, what would have been cool and might set this game apart is if you could trick out your fucking motorcycle and make it to like a Mad Max-esque machine, just mow zombies down and shit.
Yes, that would be cool. Like you can cool. Mod your bike out to do like a Mad Max type bike or something.
Yeah, it's like spiked wheels and shit.
Hell
and, like
yeah.
buzzsaws, like chainsaws that come out the side and just chop their legs off and shit.
That's part of the thing that gets me excited for Rage 2 because, we talk about gimmicks, but that's a gimmick that's not used a whole lot, that Mad Max feel.
Mm-hmm.
Where like you're decking out in like this post-apocalyptic type world and you're decking out cars in crazy fucking ways, and that's a gimmick you don't see a whole lot.
You know what game's really good? Mad Max.
It was actually good.
Yeah. You can do that. You can make your own magnum opus. Get your big badass car with all your cool shit on it. It was a really good game.
It really was. It was free for a while.
It was. I bought it for like $10 though.
I think you can still get it for pretty cheap.
Yeah, I did. It was definitely worth the $10 I got.
I can even recommend it. I played it for a little while and enjoyed it.
It was fun.
What was I playing at the time? I'm pretty sure at that point I was playing Destiny or something, so that was my reprieve from the Destiny machine. Don't you grunt like that at me, Jeremy. But yeah, so I'm sad to hear. Well, not sad. I mean, it's just mediocre. So I want to hear, if you're playing it, let me know what you think about it. Excuse me. I just kind of want to know, your take on it. Are you having fun with it? Is it boring? That kind of thing. I mean, if people are having fun with it, then
I'll guarantee there's people out there loving it, and that's
Sure.
fantastic. That's fantastic if you do. I just wish it could have been better. Maybe if that's the best word to use.
Yeah, especially based on like it comes out at a perfect time. There's not a whole lot out right now. This could have been a good, like, middle of the road, not middle of the road, but like a filler game. I mean, you got what's came out recently, The Division, Mortal Kombat. That's not even the same vein. Sekiro, which is a Souls game. I mean, this kind of would fit like something that's not out.
Yeah, there's really not like an open world game out right now besides this one.
Right, I agree.
Nothing new. So, but yeah.
I forgot to tell you, what I am eyeballing picking up on the Switch?
What's that?
The new, or not new, but Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, is that coming to Switch?
It's out on Switch now, I believe.
Oh, I've heard it was very good.
Do you remember when I played the shit out of it? Do you remember when I got it?
No, I never knew you played it.
I did. I think it was early on. I think I just started working with you, and I played the fuck out of it. Crazy.
I do remember it's got a huge fan base. Like, a lot of people really like it. It's not my kind of games. It's more like a Dragon Age game.
Yeah, it falls right in that same vein.
Yeah, but yeah, that sounds perfect. That might be what you need to scratch your RPG itch.
That might be. And I haven't played it in so long now. It almost feels new.
Say,
But let's keep it rocking and rolling. Let's talk about the one game we love here, Mortal Kombat 11. It's out, and let's preface what we're about to say with this game is getting phenomenal reviews as far as the gameplay, Mortal Kombat. Some people are calling it the best Mortal Kombat in the franchise. So by all accounts, the game is solid and fun and gory and badass.
Yes.
However,
I'll agree with that.
It is tainted, unfortunately. If you haven't heard this controversy around this, apparently the loot box system, is outrageous. I saw an article where somebody crunched the numbers, and just to unlock the skins, you're looking at like $6,000 or something like that.
$7,000, I think you said.
7 maybe. Yeah, so I forget the exact number, but
$7,000 or like 4,000 hours.
Or like 4,000 hours. Yeah, just for skins. Jesus. I mean, and then there's one-time use items. There's fatalities, brutality. I mean, it's crazy.
It really sucks because I was telling you, someone at work got it, and he's told me the same thing. He said that was like the first words out of his mouth was just, "Man, they fucked up the crypt," because it was just. I think he said that he bought like a more expensive item from the crypt, like a more expensive loot box.
Yep.
And said all it contained was a bunch of, like accessories that you can use to customize your characters, but they were low level and they were for a character he doesn't use. So he just basically wasted his cash.
Yeah,
well, he didn't spend real world money, but the money he earned in game was just gone, and that sucks, man. But you know what? This isn't NetherRealm's fault. This is Warner Brothers' fault, because
they are notorious for loot boxes.
This is what was that? What was that Mordor game that came out?
Shadow of War. Shadow of War. Yeah.
Shadow of War. They fucked that game up so bad with microtransactions. They had to take them out. I think we're gonna see a similar situation where, like, they already said they're putting a patch in to, like, reduce, I guess, some of the costs.
NetherRealm says they're aware of it and they're gonna fix it essentially.
I think they're gonna eventually just take microtransactions out completely. Like, especially if it's as bad as it is, if it gets enough bad press, they might just eventually undo it like they did with Shadow of War, which I really think they need to. You can keep the crypts. Don't get me wrong. I like the crypt. I like unlocking stuff. But you need to make it to where you're earning currency at a decent enough rate, and you shouldn't be able to buy it with real world money. Fuck that shit.
I agree. And they said, and I think in the article, and I didn't read, I mean, I read it, but it's been a little bit, but I think they said that they didn't design the game to be this way. That, they're apologizing for it coming out to be that way. But
no,
this is beyond grinding. I mean, this is life-consuming, honestly.
This is what I was saying. NetherRealm Studio did not do this. They designed the game. They probably designed the game to where you could unlock everything at a decent rate. And then Warner Brothers came in and was like, nah. Now we'll say, oh, you're giving like 10, you're giving 1,000 coins for winning a fight? No, you give them 10. Like, I guarantee you that's what they're doing.
It sucks.
It's like when EA like puts their hands into some shit that one of their studios is making. It's like, hey, that's a good looking Battlefront game you got there, but you're not charging people enough for Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. You charge them $20 each instead of the $2 you were going to charge them. Come on, we're EA.
I like how you do that. We're EA.
God,
it's just another, I mean, we talk about it all the time. It almost gets nauseating how much we have to mention it, but it's another game marred by this loot box system. It's
actually soured me from the game. Like, I'm not getting it right now.
I'm not either.
No. I was even telling, I sent Cam a pic today. I was in Walmart today, and I saw Mortal Kombat was already $50. Just came out. And I had to do a double take, and it was $50 on every platform, not just the PS4. It was on the Xbox and the Switch, $50.
After you sent me that too, I saw an article that said on multiple retailers it was $10 off. So I mean, I think a lot of retailers are actually having it at $50 now.
I think it's actually going to hurt their sales in the long run. They're going to realize that
it does, but people are getting wise to it.
Yeah, and like I absolutely sure the game is fantastic, but you're probably like I said, you're probably going to end up getting it later on if it gets really cheap, like maybe $30. But I am satisfied with waiting until the complete edition comes out, because they're going to do that. They're going to release, another edition. It'll be $40. It'll have all the DLC in it.
Yeah, they do it with everyone. So
I'm perfectly fine with waiting for that. Like I should, like, when I got Injustice 2, I got it for $20, and I bought the pass to get all the extra content. So I basically paid $60 for the full game, and I'm fine with that. But a few months later, they did the complete version for $40. And I was like, man, kind of wish I had waited. Could save $20, but but with Mortal Kombat, I don't want to reward them for this bullshit right now, and I'm perfectly fine. I've got no desire to jump in right now, especially because Spawn as a guest character is fine, but he's not making me go, oh my god, I need to have this game. Not like it was with Mortal Kombat X where it had Jason in it. I was just like, yes, I have to get Jason. Plus, I heard, and did you hear anything about this? I heard Joker is in the game.
I have not heard that.
Which, it seems kind of lame to me. I love the Joker, don't get me wrong, but I guarantee they probably just took him from Injustice.
Yeah, they would have just copied and pasted him, essentially.
And he doesn't, it's going to sound weird, but it just doesn't really fit to me in the game.
You know who does fit, though?
Who's that?
It's fucking Spawn.
Spawn does, but I'm just not a huge Spawn fan.
I'm a huge Spawn movie fan.
I do like the original Spawn movie.
I do too. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would like it now. I haven't watched it in a while, but
the CGI is dated, but the practical effects are very good.
Nice.
Yes.
I like Michael Jai White too.
I like Michael Jai White, and I actually like what's his face who played the Violator in it? John Leguizamo. He was good.
Yeah, he's a bad. I like him. I like his acting. He's really good.
He's when he's in the right role, he can be pretty funny.
He's also what's that kid's Disney movie that got super popular? Olaf, from the snowman from Frozen.
Yeah, I heard that.
He also plays him.
Yeah.
Which is cool, I think.
Not a Frozen fan.
Well, I've actually never watched. No, he's not Olaf. Fuck, he's somebody else. John Leguizamo's in an animated movie. I just don't know which one it is.
Like, comment, subscribe if you know what.
Yeah, right. Tell me how I'm fucking up here, because I know he's supposed to be in one of those movies.
I'm pretty sure he was the genie in Aladdin, right? No, wait. He was Mufasa in The Lion King.
That's it. Who knows? Fucking anyway. Yeah, so let's keep an eye on it, but it's sad that the loot boxes do this, and we talked about it ad nauseum. It happens all the time. So, what can you do?
Not buy them.
Right.
Don't buy loot
vote with
boxes.
your wallet. Exactly.
Yep. Don't buy microtransactions. Don't do it. Not even once.
Not even once. And I'm guilty. I've done it before, but
Really?
shame on me.
I've never bought a loot box or a microtransaction.
I've done microtransactions in like when I was really hooked on DC Universe. Boy, I'd drop some money on
there. You did tell me about that.
I would drop too much money on there.
Yeah, I remember you told me all about that.
Crazy, stupid stuff, man.
You're a fanboy. What can you do?
I am a huge DC fan. God almighty. All right, let's talk about some Apex Legends. Jeremy, you could probably nod off here.
I think I will. Oh.
But Apex, they did announce their Season 2 is coming. They did their Battle Pass Season 1, which is pretty good. They didn't do a whole lot with it because I think it was their first one, and they were just checking it out to test the waters. But they're going to bring us a new character with Season 2 and some map changes. And apparently they're going to be revealing all the information about it at E3, at the EA Play event, which they're not at the E3, but I guess it's going to be around the same time as E3. I don't know. So that is your local Apex news. I'm actually plan on playing some tonight, if I feel like it. I might not. Who's your favorite Apex player, Jeremy?
Jimmy Jim Bean.
There you go. That's going to be the new one. You just named the new Apex character. Didn't even know it. Another thing, and Jeremy, you might find this. I know you don't like Fortnite, but I know you like superheroes. So you remember the Avengers crossover with Fortnite originally, where you could play as Thanos?
I do.
They're doing that again. It's an in-game crossover, and this one actually sounds pretty cool. So you're on two teams. One team sides with Thanos, and then one team is obviously the heroes. And you can track down, if you're on Thanos' team, you can track down the Infinity Stones to power up Thanos. You can track them down as the heroes too, but as the heroes, you can also use Cap's shield, Iron Man's repulsors, and I think Stormbringer. I saw that on one article, but I'm actually not sure if I didn't see in the other article, but I think you can get Stormbringer too. So, I mean, it's still huge that Fortnite is doing this team up. I mean, it's huge.
I might actually like this if it weren't for one problem.
What?
It's Fortnite.
True.
So that automatically makes me lose interest.
Yeah, I could see that because you absolutely hate Fortnite.
Yeah, just battle royales in general.
But I know you love your superheroes, so I thought Jeremy might get a little bit of enjoyment from this.
Well, I'm sure it's a cool mode and all, but I thought it was kind of neat the first time when Thanos came in and just one person got to be him. I do kind of like that. It's like Friday the 13th the game used to do, or the was that Prey, where you had like one person who's just like this apex predator, and everyone else is hunting them down.
Oh, like Evolve.
Evolve, that's what it was.
Yeah, Evolve.
Yes, I think that's a cool concept, right there.
Okay.
It's like one overpowered motherfucker, and then like a bunch of like smaller people, so it kind of balances out. But you kind of like get one guy who just gets to just wreck shit, and then everyone else has to work together. Nice little dynamic there.
That's one we don't see a whole lot of either.
No, I think that would have been cooler is if like one person got to be Thanos, and then a bunch of other people got to be like the Hulk and Captain America and Iron Man. And obviously they're not as powerful as Thanos, but they still, if they team up and play their cards right, they can actually win. I think that would have been a cooler idea.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go right for the Fortnite team, Jeremy?
Okay, Fortnite, please stop.
Fork knife, not Fortnite. You kidding me?
Fork knife, please cut my steak and put it in my mouth. P.S. Plate, do your job better.
Please. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm anxious to see how long that lasts. And usually these things last a couple of weeks, so who knows? It should be fun.
It'll last until everyone's seen Avengers, and then they'll stop.
Yes, which cannot wait. I'm going to see this movie tomorrow.
Lucky motherfucker.
I bought tickets the day they launched them, so had to go to find an 11 o'clock at night showing. And, I mean, by that point, almost every chair was taken. It was crazy.
God.
They're predicting some of the, obviously the people who study the stats from the money side of it, they said they're predicting that it could possibly break $1 billion in less than a week.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, whatever, for the first probably 2 weeks, every single showing is going to be sold out.
Oh, yeah.
I think. So, whatever that adds up to, that's guaranteed money in the bank.
I mean, I think this is almost a guaranteed to take the number one spot for highest grossing movie ever.
Ooh. So you think it'll beat Star Wars?
Well, actually, I think the number one movie at this point is fucking Avatar.
Actually, we were looking it up at work the other day, and it says it's Star Wars Episode 7.
Really?
I know. I was surprised. I thought Avatar made like almost $3 billion, but I think they said Star Wars made more. Apparently.
Let me see here. I thought it was
okay. That threw me off.
Well, let's see. Was it highest grossing movie?
Highest grossing movies of all time.
Movies of all time. Let's check this out real quick. Pause the gaming chat while we talk here.
Because I think it was that. Everything was Star Wars, and then Avatar, and then I want to say Titanic.
Okay, so here's what I've got. This is off of all-time worldwide box office. This is box office records. I'm trying to see where they get their information from, just so I have something.
There was two. There was like adjusted for inflation, and then one that wasn't.
Okay, so this chart is not adjusted for inflation. Okay.
Okay.
It says that at the bottom, but based on this chart, number 1 is Avatar, number 2 is Titanic, and number 3 is Star Wars Episode 7.
See, that makes more sense to me right there.
But that's not adjusted for inflation.
Okay. But even if you did, wouldn't that Avatar still win since it released way before?
Maybe. Let me see if I can get adjusted for inflation.
When tickets cost less?
All right. If you have highest grossing blockbusters of all time, here's our little movie tangent about to happen. Number 1 is actually Gone with the Wind.
Oh, wow.
Number 2 is Avatar. Number 3 is Titanic. And number 4 is Star Wars Episode 6, A New Hope. So it changes up the list quite a bit.
Really?
Episode 7 gets knocked down to number 9.
Interesting. Wait, it's Episode 6 of Return of the Jedi.
Episode 6 is A New Hope. No, excuse me. Sorry. My bad. I can't read Roman numerals. Episode 4 is A New Hope. Okay. That's number 4.
You call yourself a Star Wars
fan.
Right,
I know. Episode 7 is number 9.
That makes much more sense to me.
And the Avengers falls to number 13. Infinity War, at least.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, because the list I saw also had Black Panther over Avengers 3. I was like, that's bullshit.
Oh, that must not be adjusted.
Yeah, Black Panther made a bunch of money, but not more than Avengers.
Yeah, it didn't even make more than... I'm trying to see where it falls at. Oh, man, it's pretty down there. Black Panther's number 41 when adjusted for inflation.
Okay. That makes a lot more. Yeah, I see that.
And that's based on IMDb, so go check it out or tell us we're fucking stupid. I don't care what you do, but hey, I'm just telling you, this movie's going to slam dunk.
It will. I think this has, if any movie has a chance to beat Avatar, it's this, or Avatar 2. Yeah.
All right, so that was our little nerd tangent, which I knew we would go on eventually.
Oh, yeah.
There's too much shit going on right now.
There's no Carmin to rein it in.
Carmin's not there to rein it in. But
it's just, Game of Thrones sucks.
That's a good impression of Carmin. I'm fucking Carmin. I hate Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones sucks, dog. Avengers is whatever, man. Yo.
All right, let's open up this Nintendo corner. Actually, it's not a Nintendo corner.
No,
let's open up this Nintendo corner, if you will. And we got, I think the rest of the news for the entire show is actually going to be Nintendo related in some way or another.
The rest of the show is Nintendo.
All right, so let's start it off. Nintendo's fiscal year ended in March. they released some numbers. So I've got an article here. This article I'm pulling from is actually from GameSpot, so you can go check it out too. But I just want to go over some of the numbers for Nintendo. They actually had a pretty good year overall. They pulled in $10.7 billion this year, which is an increase from $9.4 billion last year. So about $1.3 billion extra in terms of, or increase from last year to this year. In terms of profit, they made a profit of $2.2 billion in operating profit. Last year was about 1.6. So they're up about $1 billion on both. Not bad at all. Nintendo sold over 2.47 million Switch consoles in the final 3 months of the fiscal year. So just in 3 months. And it boosted the lifetime sales to 34.74 million, exceeding the 64. Let's see here. The 2.47 million Switch consoles is actually down from 2.93 same quarter last year. So a little bit down this year.
Okay. It's starting to lose a little momentum.
A little bit, yeah.
But that's just because everyone and their mother has one now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, everybody's getting them at this point. For the entire fiscal year, they sold 16.95 million Switches.
Okay.
And that's just under the 17 million Nintendo forecasted it would sell for the year. So, I mean, they said they'd sell 17 million. They're right there. As for game sales, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate racked up 13.81 million copies sold. That's a fucking lot. And it was actually, I had it as a separate news bulletin, but we'll go ahead and hit it while we're here. That Smash Ultimate became the highest selling fighting game ever.
Now, didn't you say how many Switches were sold? 16 million?
This year, let me go back.
Well, I mean, how many in total?
Total. Okay, so total was 34.74 million.
So about half of Switch owners have Smash.
Yeah.
A little over half, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Man. I know.
Right, a tad let's say it's a tad less than half, but right there. If you said half, you'd be okay.
It's basically 1 in 2 Switch owners have Smash.
Yeah, that's something like that. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie though, I thought it was gonna be a higher percentage. I thought it was like every single Switch owner had Smash.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think that's the one game that everybody has to have.
I was willing to bet money that every single Switch owner has Smash and Mario Kart. Those 2 games.
I would not have bet against you at that point.
Yeah.
Pokemon obviously was next. They sold 10.63 for Eevee and Pikachu. Mario Party sold 6 million, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 7.47 million. So let's see here. A total of 23 different games for Nintendo sold more than 1 million copies. So what this article is saying is Nintendo is selling a lot of fucking games.
But to be fair, first party Nintendo games always sell well.
I agree.
Always.
I agree.
Like it could be, Pokemon Learn to Count. It's going to sell 1 million copies. It's just, that's what they do.
And they said, a shining spot for them was their digital sales. It grew 95% apparently. Nintendo called that especially good growth.
I can really see that, especially with the Switch, since it's more portable. So people want to do more digital stuff.
Yep,
I bought. I mean, I'm not sure if they have a physical version, but I bought Cuphead digital.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I'm sure that helped boost a lot.
Oh yeah, like basically for me, for Switch at least, any game that's not huge, I do buy digital just to have it there. Unless I wanted to get Octo. No, I did download Octopath Traveler digital. That's right. It was cheaper physical, but it was such a small file. I didn't want to have a card for it, so I do have it there on my Switch.
Nice. Yeah, and it showed again, and this is no surprise, the 3DS has dropped 60%, so it's getting about to be on its last leg. It's 8 years old though, but it still sold 2.5 million units.
Oh, do you know I actually bought a 3DS game this year?
Did you?
They re-released they released Star Fox 64 3D when it first came out.
Yeah, I remember.
But it was out of print, so they did another reprinting and sold it for $20, so I bought one.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. I love Star Fox 64, so.
Yeah, it's a shitty game. It's one of my least favorite games of all time.
Oh, it's because you suck.
I literally suck at it. I can't get good at it.
I love Star Fox 64. I will say that of all the Star Foxes, I think it's the only truly good one. The first one hasn't aged very well, and the second one's a good prototype. But this Star Fox 64 is the Star Fox to play.
I'm glad you like it. Okay, that's all I can say.
Yep, no one else likes Star Fox 64.
Nobody does but you.
Not a single person.
And they rounded out that article, Jeremy, saying that the Switch, or not the Switch, the SNES and NES Mini combined to sell about 5 million units.
Did they discontinue those?
Maybe. They stopped making them, but they're still sold.
They're going to still sell all their stock. That's just plain simple.
Oh, yeah. So takeaway from that article, again, I got it from GameSpot. I went over the main points. You can go check it out. But the takeaway from that article, Nintendo's killing it. No doubt about it.
You know what, though? I did see an interesting poll today on Game Informer. They asked what platform are you currently playing the most games on? And I was surprised Switch was like in the 4th place.
Really?
Yeah, number 1 was PS4, number 2 was Xbox One, number 3 was PC, and then number 4 was Switch. Yeah. So, I mean, I think people are buying Switches, but they're just mostly playing Nintendo games. I think the third parties are still going to their PS4 and Xbox One.
No doubt. Because you're getting, I mean, for the most part, not every time, but you're getting sometimes watered down versions of the game. Yeah,
like Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch, I'm sure is fantastic, but when I do get it, it's going to be on the PS4, just plain and simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I agree. Now,
I wouldn't mind buying a Switch port if it was much cheaper. Like, if I get Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch for $20, I probably would. But I'm not going to, like, Doom is still $60 on the Switch. I'm not paying that.
No, fine.
Yeah, I can get it on the PS4 for like $10. And it's the better version.
I agree.
Yeah, but that's just Nintendo's policies. That's what they do.
All their games are still expensive.
Oh god, dude. Try going and buying Skyward Sword on the Wii. It's probably still $55.
Jesus. The bad part is you're not lying. It's not even a joke.
No.
So we knocked out that Smash became which I'll just reiterate because it's so fucking cool that Smash became the best-selling fighting game of all time. So now that we know that, we can just move on to the next point, which is, and I think we talked about on the podcast, Nintendo. You know, there's rumors of Nintendo making their I guess you call it Switch 2.0 or something, maybe like a new set of hardware, a mini version or something like that. Which they still might, but they actually dispelled the rumors that there would be any Switch hardware at E3. So we're not going to see anything at E3 as far as Nintendo hardware goes.
You know, well, I do believe them. I do think there is history of Nintendo like dispelling rumors and just to immediately prove the rumors right. Like they said, oh, we're not going to do X, and then less than a month later they do X. So it could just be them just trying to like still maintain that surprise. They might have something up their sleeve. A Switch Slim or a Switch XL or whatever. And they're just trying to downplay it.
I think they do.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to do that, what you're saying at all. They're a different animal. They do what they want.
Yeah. I will say this. I can guarantee you they are working on one. They might not show it at E3, but they are working on a new version of the Switch.
Let's say they don't show hardware at E3. Do you think that we see Switch hardware this year?
Possibly. I think there's a better chance we'll see Switch hardware this year before we see PS5 or Xbox stuff. You know, next gen stuff.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, I really do. Like it's only because the Switch would be just an upgrade to the current one versus completely new hardware. That's why you would probably see it sooner.
I get your logic.
Yeah.
I just think that
I don't think we're going to see PS5 or Xbox, like, actually see anything on that until next year. We'll hear about it, but we won't see anything.
I'm still in the opposite camp. I put my flag down, if you remember. I'm saying we see it this year.
No, we won't see it until next year.
I can't wait to see what happens. Obviously, I want to be right. You want to be right, but...
Oh, we all know they're going to show the PS5 at E3.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Microsoft's going to show... Microsoft's going to show off the new PS5 at E3. It's going to be backwards compatible with every video game system on the planet.
PlayStation's just going to drive a fucking bulldozer through the convention center. We lied, motherfuckers!
Oh my god, what would happen if like Xbox is like up on stage doing their presentation and like just Sony like hacks it and just like, here's the PS5. Just trolls them. Oh my god.
That would be amazing.
Oh.
Did you watch wrestling back in the day?
No, but I'm aware of wrestling.
Okay, so do you remember, like, back in the day, there's WCW and WWF, and they did this takeover one time where, like, WWF, like, invaded WCW. And I could just picture them doing that here at Microsoft. The fucking president for Sony just fucking stone cold stunning people all across the stage. And he gets up, he's just throwing PlayStation 5s in the fucking audience. It would be amazing.
He just, like, the lights dim and, like, the fireworks goes off. He just, like, walks down the aisle with the fucking Glass Breaks by Disturbed playing the...
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking... the pyro's going off. There's a beer truck. I mean, this is straight up 1990s attitude era. Like, here's your PS5. Oh my god,
that would actually get me watching E3. That would that would make up for their last two fucking hellaciously bad E3s.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Now I got myself hyped up for it. Let's make this happen.
Prepare for disappointment.
No, Sony will absolutely not be at E3, and they're not going to stone cold stun anybody, unfortunately.
No.
You talked about it earlier, but we were in high hopes of getting Persona 5 for the Switch. Turns out they ran the oop-de-oop on us, and it's not Persona 5, but it is a Persona 5 Dynasty Warriors game called Persona 5S.
Which... that's the thing, they did actually, when it was announced, it was called Persona 5S, but everyone assumed the S stood for Switch. So, which was obviously a very good, why wouldn't anyone think that? It just seems so odd that they, like, Persona 5 could be released on the Switch. Why not? I mean, I'm not going to lie, part of me is actually kind of happy because I'm glad that it still remains a PS4 exclusive. And even PS5, Persona 5 Royal is going to be, as far as I know, a PS4 exclusive next year. But at the same time, I want Switch players to be able to experience this fantastic game.
I do too.
And I do like these Dynasty Warrior games when it's got, like, the right setting. Like, I love the One Piece Dynasty Warrior games. I love the Gundam ones. I don't think Persona really fits into that style very well, though. Especially since the whole game is you, like, being a thief and sneaking up on enemies, not running into crowds of them and just wiping them out.
Man, now you got me so hyped for Persona now. I'm just like, yeah!
Yeah.
I like Dynasty Warriors. I mean,
I do too. Yeah.
That could be cool.
I think it'll be neat. It'll be like a 7 out of 10. Not the 10 out of 10 I was hoping for.
There hasn't been a really good Dynasty Warriors-esque game lately, has there?
No. Even the last official one, a lot of the true fans hated, apparently.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Dynasty Warriors 8 or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I think I played a little bit of it. I can't remember.
Wow, okay.
I think I did. Did it go? Oh, I don't remember.
It went open world, and people complained because there was nothing in it. There was like no hordes enemies.
Maybe I didn't play because I don't think I've ever played an open world Dynasty game. But I can't remember the last one I played. But I thought it was fairly recently, but I could be mistaken. They all run together. I do remember I do have fond memories of playing them as a kid, though. I thought they were the best games in the world.
Oh yeah. Like I played like an actual Dynasty Warriors game with a friend a long time ago, but I couldn't get into it because I'm just not a fan of the setting, like the Chinese War and all that. That's why I like it better when it's like One Piece or something I really love and I can identify with the characters.
So if the setting is there, you like the gameplay.
Yeah, I love the gameplay and the style of the game. I don't like the setting of the traditional Dynasty Warriors games.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that you can that's just the setting holding you back. That's kind of rare.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of the Chinese warfare stuff,
I'm trying to think if there's a style that I dislike that much, but I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Well, I say it's not the style, it's just the setting.
The setting. Okay, so I'm trying to think of a setting that I dislike that much, but I can't think of a game or a place setting or a place in a game that I would hate that much.
A salad bar?
Yeah, I mean, if a game was about a salad bar, I'd probably hate that.
Yeah. Going around just like crushing croutons and shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not really about that.
Yeah.
I want a game about living inside a ribeye.
You would probably hate a game where you play as a Marvel character and it's a Dynasty Warriors game and you have to beat the shit out of a bunch of DC characters.
That's it. That's the one for me.
Hawkeye beating the shit out of a million Batmans and Supermans.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a nightmare for me. Stuck in an infinite loop of that shitty game.
It's like, this is bullshit.
This would never happen.
Jeremy Renner cannot be Ben Affleck. That is just proven.
Jeremy Renner's like 4'9". I don't know how tall he is, honestly. How tall do you think Jeremy Renner is?
Actually, I don't know.
He looks short. I'm Googling it. Okay,
he's probably my height, I would say.
How tall are you?
5'7".
Okay, so he's 5'9".
A little taller than me.
But like I'm telling you, he's 5'9". Robert Downey Jr.'s 5'9". Mark Ruffalo's 5'8". Like these guys could be the Lollipop Guild.
Well, Mark Ruffalo's a soy boy, and Robert Downey Jr. is just old.
Yeah, but if you give Robert Downey Jr. an 8-ball of coke, he might go off.
Oh yeah, that's true. Jeremy Renner though, he was Jason Bourne, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, he was.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, Robert Downey Jr. would curb stop Ezra Miller any day of the week. He's a fucking twig. He's 5'4" and weighs like 60 pounds. He ain't beating nobody. He like literally Mark Ruffalo would pick him up and beat fucking someone to death with him.
That's funny. Can't get away that fast, bitch.
Yep.
We saw this stems from a conversation I saw on Reddit, and it's the subreddit of who would win. And on these, and I've sent Jeremy a few of them, but it's just who would win. I don't know, a Batman, but he's naked against Samurai Jack, but he's naked too, that kind of thing. So this one was the cast of the Justice League. So Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ray Fisher, and Ezra Miller. Versus the cast for the Avengers. So you've got Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Jeremy Renner, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and Scarlett Johansson.
And you went 100%. There's just no chance that Marvel can win. I said DC would win, but it would be a lot closer than you thought it would be.
I just see Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill, and Ben Affleck just stomping. I agree with that Jason Momoa and or Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot would stomp. I think Ben Affleck's a bit soft. Ben Affleck's huge,
but he's a pussy.
I don't know, man. I don't know if he is.
He's just a pussy. I think he's the kind where I think he gets punched in the nose once. He's just like, oh, my face. Oh. I mean, like he's so vain. That's the thing. He doesn't have the personality for it. But at the same time, Marvel doesn't have much going on either. Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth are your two big hitters there, because Chris Hemsworth is a big guy.
Yes,
and
he
Chris
is.
Chris Evans is a pretty jacked dude too.
Yes, he is.
And like I said, but like ScarJo, nothing.
Right.
And Robert Downey Jr., like you said, you give him some coke, he can fuck you up a little bit. Mark Ruffalo, he's a peacenik, anti-war, anti-violence, hippie dude who smokes too much weed. He ain't fighting no one. So he's out of the fight too. Like that's the problem. I think they've got I don't think Ben Affleck's much of an addition, but he's a better addition than what Marvel has. Well, that's why I give DC the slight edge. I've
got DC's back on. I know I'm a fanboy, but
it's your fanboy talking. I'm a lot more neutral.
Jason Momoa could take out the entirety of that cast by himself.
Jason Momoa is a beast. Just plain and simple.
That dude lives to get in bar fights.
Yeah, I mean, like he would. I think he's the most dangerous one there, and Gal Gadot's the most trained.
Yeah.
Ex-Israeli military, but like I said, it's just I think just Chris and both Chris's are in really good shape. That's really really helps their side.
Weigh in on this, fans. I want to hear y'all's thoughts on it. See if there's any one side that's too overpowered.
It turns out that the actual true winner is Ron Perlman. Everyone forgets about Hellboy. He just comes in and beats them to death with his giant chin.
It's like all of Ron Perlman's characters versus the Justice League. So it's like Hellboy, his monkey in Planet of the Apes.
He was in Planet of the Apes?
That was a bad joke.
Oh.
I guess nobody got it because he looks like a gorilla. I don't know. That was a terrible joke. Let's keep moving. We actually only have one more topic to go over. And this one's pretty cool. And I lumped it with Nintendo because it just came out on Nintendo. But Cuphead had a new patch. And apparently they added secret bosses, which is really cool. The one article I saw, and I can't remember, it's probably GameSpot that I saw it, said that so far they found 3 secret bosses, but there's probably more. So I don't know if they found them all by this point. I'm sure they have. By the time you hear the podcast, they'll probably have found them all.
Interesting.
Let me see if I can get that article pulled up and just go over it a little bit. So here's GameSpot's article. Okay, 3 secret bosses have been found, but there could be more. You've got to do specific stuff. You got to do, let's see here. Like the first one can be found in aisle 1's the root pack. The second one's with the genie. And then the third one's with Sally's stage play. You got to perform certain actions during specific moments in those boss battles to unlock them.
Really?
Yep. So like the first one, and they have it on GameSpot here. In the root pack, as the play normal until a giant onion appears, don't attack him at all and he'll disappear. During the final phase of the fight with the giant carrot, an angry radish will pop up instead.
Ah.
So stuff like that. You do certain things in the boss battles, and then the secret boss will pop up.
That's kind of cool, but I was hoping that they were like secret bosses I could just access from the map.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like maybe I talk to like that fish that's fishing, and after I complete a certain boss, and she gives me a hint about where, like, oh, I saw something strange over there in the bushes and whatnot, and you walk around and like you can initiate like a secret boss fight with the radish. I'm not a big fan of the idea of I have to go back and redo these super difficult boss fights in a specific way just to get a chance to fight this optional boss. I kind of want a whole new boss with multiple forms, not just like a different form of an old boss.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. It's still cool, don't get me wrong. I'll definitely take it. I'll probably go back and check it out. But I thought it would have been cooler to have like actual full bosses.
I actually agree. I think that would be cooler, but Cuphead, just keep adding new content to the game that's so fucking good.
Oh yeah, and it's free. I cannot complain.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. I'm sad, Jeremy. You know why I'm sad?
Because it's the end.
It's the end. We made it. We made it. Just me and you. How do you feel?
Feeling all right.
So we're not going to do any super fights. I got beat. So Jeremy will be up with Carmin next week, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
And I'll get to judge that one. Let's hope that Jeremy doesn't get paper mache.
Nah, you were the one who always got turned into paper.
I did. I got paper all the time.
I got fucking vertigo all the time.
Yeah, or I can't. Depth perception's off.
Or your depth perception, or you're stuck in a bag, or you're Justin Bieber. Some unwinnable bullshit.
Or you get one. Your weakness is paper bags. Cam, you are a paper bag.
Exactly.
Yes. But so no super fight this week. So I'm so sorry. I know you're crying over there listening to this in speakers. We'll come back stronger with that super fight next week. As always, check out all of our content. We're dropping 2 videos a week for Select Start. We are on all the social medias. Go check us out, Twitter, Facebook. Like us. Get us some subscribers on YouTube. Check those videos out. Leave us some comments. Start talking to us. I want you to tell us how bad we fucking suck.
Tell us how boring our videos are, please.
Exactly. Tell us how boring that shit is. But other than that, Jeremy, I don't really have anything. So why don't you get us out of here?
All right. Well, as always, play on and stay hella
average.
Peace out.
Peace. What'd you say, babe?